Hi, everybody. We're back. I am Sister Outspoken, your spiritual advisor, transformational coach, and retreat host. Okay. If you want any information or anything, any readings or anything like that, look in the description box. Now let's talk. First and foremost, we're going to be talking about the benefits from the grand trines we had last week. We got a grand water and fire trine. And then tonight we have the full moon in Capricorn along with Pluto in retrograde back into Capricorn in the 12th house. So it's so much going on. So much so that you guys have not seen me in a while because I've been indulging, I've been doing my inner work, and I've kind of been a little selfish with this game. Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. But here it is. Because this is not last week. This is not just tonight. This is going to be an ongoing energy throughout the week that you're going to still feel and understand how to implement it within your transformational journey, which we talk a lot about if you follow me on Instagram or my Life Outspoken channel. We've been going through this journey for a while now, and let's continue. Okay? So, let's talk about the first grand trine. And how you might have felt last week. So June 28th, we got our first big first off, what's a trine, right? So a trine is when planets are they transit and are in alignment within 120 degrees apart. A grand trine is when you have three or more and they create a perfect triangle across the constellations 120 degrees apart, empowering each other. That's the most important part. When planets are trining each other, they are empowering each other. And you can utilize that energy to support. I'm sorry, I'm getting phone calls. One of my clients doing their rituals. Shout out to my clients doing their full moon rituals tonight. I just finished mine. We're enhancing this manifestation energy, getting ready for the reset to keep it going the next 28 days, okay? First, we had on the 28th the water grand trine, right? And that was in the ninth house, which is your higher mind, philosophy, religion, all that energy, right? Was in your south node and the moon in Scorpio. So that meant your emotional state was dealing with your deaths and rebirths, your deep bonds and the mysticism in the darkest parts of yourself. And not dark in an evil or negative way, but the depth. The depth. What you need to cut off has a place in where you are at in your life right now. How do you feel about the South Node at the same time in Scorpio? The South Node is what you were supposed to already learn. So from a higher mind perspective, the universe, the cosmos was putting energy on where is your emotional state based on what you've already learned or what you need to cut off for your rebirth. What types of rebirths have you already had when it comes to your higher mind and your emotional intelligence? The higher aspect and how you handle your emotional self and how you dug deep inside. Being empowered by, you had in the first house, in this part of the triangle, was was Saturn, Big Daddy Saturn. That's a very masculine, fatherly energy of discipline and making you really dig into the things in your life that you need discipline on. And you will receive in gifts and manifestations if you do the work. That's what Saturn is all about, okay? Doing the work and digging deep into things to bring the best out of that aspect of it, okay? Some people live more disciplined than others, but let's talk about it. So in the first house of new beginnings and looking at the self and all of that, you have Saturn in Pisces. So that is the that is the most intuitive, the deepest spiritual, the the most conscious when it comes to the closures of understanding your levels of consciousness and all of that. That is Pisces. The Pisces, even though Leo runs the house of romance, well, one of the things in that house, in that fifth house, which we'll talk about in a second, Pisces is the romantic. You know, they're known for that. That's that energy. So let's talk about that. You had discipline within your spirituality, within how you handling your emotions, within how you see yourself in doing those things, and being intuitive, and digging into the most deepest aspects of yourself, and throwing out what does not serve you. And how do you feel about that from a higher perspective? And we're not done. Because then in the fifth house, you had your Mercury and Sun in Cancer. Cancer is the most emotional one out of all. They say it's Pisces, but they kind of like you know, they're water signs are very sensitive in different ways. And Cancer is more known for like they're like all in with the emotion, or they're like very shelled in. You know, but we're not talking about individuals. We're talking about the collective energy right now. Okay, so communicating your emotional state, communicating it, and what else was over there? I just said over there, the sun, illumination, how you see yourself, the personality of it. And in the fifth house, that is fun, that is drama, that is attention, that is creativity. That's all that energy. So it was heightened energy on how do you feel the things you had to let go in life, where you're disciplined in that process of digging deep within your spirituality. And are you having fun with the process? How are you communicating your emotional state within the energy? Are you just wanting attention? How have you heightened your mind and emotional intelligence? Do you not have any? Do you need more discipline in that aspect and how you see yourself and your spiritual walk? Is it fun and free? Or are you all about the drama? Are you all about the drama? Because it's going to make you look at it from a higher mind and perspective. And that fifth house can be drama and attention seeking and a lower vibration. How are you receiving energy? How is your emotional state in that aspect? So that is the empowering energy the Grand Trine hit you with first last week. Right? At the June 28th, it was like boom, boom, bow. Where's your emotional state, spirituality, and depth and digging it? Now let's get into this fire Grand Trine that was a couple of days later, in July 1st. Okay? I'm just like experiencing this energy. I saw it come. I should have told you guys it was coming. I'm so bad with this, keeping up with this YouTube thing. I'm new at this. And I'm going to try my best, I promise you, okay? But I am a projector, so if you're not, I'm going to talk about this on the channel as well soon, if you don't understand what that means in human design. And we feel things at a very intense level. Whatever is going on within a space, within people, we magnify it. We magnify it and enhance that energy and space. So that means we have to go back within ourselves and within nature a lot. We can't be holding on to y'all energy, okay? But shoot, all this energy, I had to let my hair out for this one. Now you guys see the new look, but I had to have some freedom with this and really take in this process and this energy, and I want you to do the same. So let's talk about it, okay? So July 1st, the fire Grand Trine. Okay, first off, we had the moon in Sagittarius in the 11th house. So the 11th house is it's information, it's social awareness, groups, and all that Aquarius energy. Aquarius is the bringer of information. Aquarius is social awareness and humanitarian acts and all of those things. Technology, and that's where the moon was in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is that fiery, free philosopher. They're questioning traditions, but they're about traditions at the same time. They're gonna question everything. They're not gonna just go for anything. But what they stand on, they stand on, and they go through this process in a fun, fiery way, right? That is a lot. That is the rebellious. That's one of the rebellious energies. So when it comes to being socially aware, when it comes to how you feel about it, when it comes to information being given, when it comes to how you connect with society, it was this emotion that was being enticed inside of you with this fiery freedom of philosophy and questioning and understanding more. While down in the third house of communication, you had Chiron and Aries. I'm just talking about all of them, okay? And then right over on the side in the seventh house, you have Venus and Mars in Leo. So let's talk about the energy altogether, right? So we just talked about the 11th house. So then you have in the third of communication, this Chiron and Aries, that's your wounds. So that's wounds that had to do with leadership, looking at yourself, that had to do with your ambition. That Aries energy, they go, go, go. They're not afraid to make mistakes, and because they want to get better. They want to be the best. So the wounds that you experience during ambitions and taking initiatives and your leadership abilities, and how that empowers, how you view yourself within society. You see where this is going? How you view yourself within society, how you feel about it, not how you view it, how you feel about it, and what fuels you when it comes to your relationships. The Leo energy, that's loyalty, that's love, that's attention, that's drama. Are you just caught in the drama? That goes along with the enhanced energy in the first trine. You're going to be questioned with that. They're going to pull from this Leo energy because the last one, the fifth house, is ruled by Leo. Are you begging for attention for all the wrong reasons? What are your values? That's that Venus. What's your love language? Is your love language the loyalty, the protective, the protection, the confidence? Everything that is empowering about that Leo energy. Does that fuel you within your relationships? And how are you communicating this? How are you communicating this? Are you communicating this from your wounds? How are you communicating initiatives and ambitions that you jumped out on before? How that has affected you and your emotional state and how you connect with society. But remember, a trine works with you. I actually did have at least one client that they didn't understand how to handle this intense energy, and they were kind of all over the place because they didn't know how to communicate. They were stepping on their own feet within their relationships because they were attacking with that fiery energy because they didn't understand their emotional state. And this is why I need to make these videos before these things happen, right? But I'm here. It matters that I'm here. So understand as a whole. We're not even getting into today yet. This was last week, y'all. Understand your transformational process right now. That the cosmos wants you to feel empowered. by what you've already learned, what you've already been through, whether it's from your business and your ambitions, or the work that you did within your spiritual aspect, the work that you need to be doing, or the enhancing of that helps you understand what to let go of, what to move forward, how to have fun with the process, and how to just understand and be intelligent about your emotional state and how you move through and connect with society. If you need more understanding on that, I do human design readings. I do astrology readings. I can look at your chart. I do mini reads for it's like $40 for the mini reads. Okay, deep dives, a little bit something else. But I only thought about that because with human design, it shows you how you individually move through society, how your individual aura moves, and how you personally manifest. So you're not comparing yourself to how somebody else is doing it. You're not trying to copy somebody else's aura. You're not in that energy. You're just glowing as yourself and your power. And you can have that fun and freedom, that emotional intelligence, that connection, that empowerment, and be on the higher side of the things that happen with the cosmos. Right? So let's keep going so you can see what the cosmos is doing for you in this transformational journey just in a few days if you ride with it, right? And this is in the doing phase of the earth cycle. So the earth cycle of the year is in its doing phase. So you've been pushed to do while at the same time do all this inner reflection and empowerment and things that you have went through. Take a breath. You see, I came back with shorter hair. I had to take it out and let my hair, my antennas take it all in and absorb some of that sun, which we'll talk about in another video. So let's keep going. Today, right now, I just walked outside a minute ago and indulged in it. But the full moon is in Capricorn. While at the same time with Pluto, so Pluto is actually in Aquarius, right? But it's in retrograde and it dug far backwards to where it went back into Capricorn before it shoots ahead in a few months. So let's talk about that energy. What is Pluto? What is the moon? I know you see it so illuminatingly bright tonight, right? So the full moon, first off, that circulated energy over a 28-day cycle is the enhancement of your manifestation process, the enhancement of your emotional state, the enhancement of your spiritual state. It being in Capricorn is how do you feel about your foundation? How do you feel about your grounding and your structure? Capricorn is also about achievements and status quo. It's gonna stick with you and enhance your emotional state and how you feel about your status in society. Not just how you move socially and aware about that, but your actual status according to achievements. Your long-term goals. That's Capricorn as well. So how do you feel about that? What have you manifested in that energy while sharing a space with Pluto in the 12th house? What does that mean? Pluto is all about transformation, deaths and rebirth, what you had to let go of to have something new in your life. The 12th house is closures, karma, spirituality. What does your karma look like right now? What does your karma look like based on what you have already been disciplining and how you look at yourself? What have you disciplined within your spiritual practice? That's what the universe was asking you last week. With that Saturn in the first house in Pisces. Pisces rules the 12th house. So now it's like, what's your karma look like? What's the closures within your life? What have we let go of? What does your transformation look like? And what does it feel like when it comes to your foundation, when it comes to the long-term goals that you have cultivated over time? Where are you at with it? What cycles are you closing out right now? And what are you embracing into your life, going into new beginnings? Because that's what's happening. That's where you're at in your transformational journey, letting go of things, looking at what you've already been through, digging deep within that, utilizing that for your empowerment and being strong in it, knowing how to communicate it. That's what they was asking last week. Communicate it. Be intelligent in how you do that. So that's what's going on tonight, you guys. That is the energy that you're going into within this week. You're being empowered by both of the grand trines last week. The Pluto and full moon in the 12th house right now. And don't be overwhelmed by it, because you can. You can. But remember what you went through last week, that challenge of your higher mind. With that South Node in Scorpio. What have you already learned? What have you already conquered? So that's all I'm going to say about that. I am about to do a bonus read for you guys, okay? I kind of don't like doing super long videos, but we're going to keep it going, all right? I just charged this crystal. I've been charging them for a few days. Sun and moon. I have some not lunar charge crystals outside right now. I get all that energy. And it's doing phase of the earth cycle. Give me that. And I'm at the end of my solar year. So my energy is getting a little low, you know. But let's do this. Okay, Spirit. Divine consciousness that is all present, omnipresent, all-knowing. Please guide this space, guide this energy, so that the collective get exactly what they need coming into this space, Spirit. Peace and love. Let's do this, all right? So, I really love this day. I really appreciate it. It's simple and to the point, but the reason I really appreciate it, I went through a lot of different decks. And I ended up, like, you know, the more popular ones that people use, and I gave most of them away. As a reader, don't go for popularity, go for what connects with you and your spirit. And then when I dug deeper into this deck, after I connected with it, I found out, it's the Egyptian tarot. I found out that it's based on, so it was created by an occultist of hermetic principles. And in the 1700s, they based this off of the divination published. It was a tarot divination based on Thoth and his followings of mysticism. And if you're unfamiliar, Thoth from Atlantis, also known as Tahuti and Kemet and Hermes in Greek. But also they talk about him as Thoth a lot too. Dealing with people that study more Kemetic spirituality and cosmology, where the tarot originated. So I like to stick closest to things that are even related to its origination, you know. And I'm sure a lot of these decks do. But I connected with this one and then found out how much it really does, you know. So it's a little different in some ways, but we're gonna get it out. Spirit gonna speak. Okay, Spirit. Let's talk to the people. What do they need to receive in this full moon transformational energy to do with their foundation, to do with where they're at, with their goals and their career and their, you know, that Capricorn energy? Show us, Spirit. What does the collective need to see? What does the collective need to know? So first and foremost, just remember to have strength. To have strength through the things you worry about most in life, and you allow to just weigh you down before you even go to sleep at night. That has to do with because this is all about gaining. This is all about gaining and do with your finances. Spirit, talk to us more about this. Talk to us more about this. And what they're worried about. Where they need to be strong through, Spirit. Where do they need to be strong through? I'm going to honor this deck because it doesn't have reversal definition, so I'm not going to read it like that this time. No, Spirit said to it. Ha! Just as quick. Okay. So, what you're most worried about is your getting help with your materials, the lack of having help with your material state, and the wheel not turning for you. Like destiny is just in a standstill. And you're uncertain about a specific type of victory, and you're suspicious about the outcome. So somebody here is suspicious about what's going on with a situation and just kind of wondering. I mean, you worried at night. You might be having bad dreams about it, and you're worried about somebody else helping you with your material state, and it's having you stagnant. You have to be strong in your own process and how you build and what you gain in exchange. Let's keep going, Spirit. Oh, I should have brought my oracle cards over here. For that advice, I might go get them. What do they have working for them right now, Spirit, in this process? Like, what's working for them right now? Okay. So what you have working for you, even though this is in reverse, again, it's no. I know what this is saying. Even though it's not. In this deck, I don't read reversals really all the time until less spirit tells me to. So this is about going to reach new lands, right? And experiencing new things within your life. This is about experiencing new waters, new lands, rather if it is your um, your spiritual transitioning, or if it is your physical. You know, this is about experiencing new things and just taking what you have, the swords that you've sharpened throughout your life, whatever it is that you had to work through, which we already talked about, those grand trines, and just moving forward. And you feel at a standstill right now, but since I just asked what you have working for you, that's what you have working for you. And it came out with this one, which is all about dominating in your earthly tasks. So whatever it is that you have going on in your day-to-day life, you're dominating in that. You need to know that. Even though you feel like it's so hard and you feel so worried and you're so stressed out, stop waiting for handouts and looking for handouts like you got this. You're already in motion and you don't even realize that you're not patting yourself on the back. You are already in motion. You're dominating in your earthly tasks, and it's pushing you to new horizons. You're experiencing something new in life. What else, Spirit? What do you have? What's the advice? Give me one more. Okay. So this seems a little more direct. Okay. So if this does not only take what resonates. This is for the collective. It's gonna be different energies that come through here, and Spirit knows. All right. So take what resonates. If you want a personal reading, check the description box. So somebody is dealing with a ill-fated bond, meaning that a bond that's not meant to succeed. That's what this card is all about, at least in this deck. It's all about being an ill-fated bond. And then this one The Nine of Swords. Every time this card comes out and related to today's time, it's somebody sending crazy text messages or subbing online. You know, sending for those of you who know what that means. It's sending subliminal messages in a hostile form over the internet. So dealing with a ill-fated bond from somebody just sending you all of this negative energy, most likely through messages, hostile energy through messages. It looks like it's a masculine energy, and they're coming in like they want to be this. It might be a fire sign because it's the King of Wands. If it's not a fire sign, it's just somebody who sees themselves as attractive, as successful. They just feel like they're the man. Even if they're not the man, they feel like they're the man. Okay, because they not the man like that if they sending all of these dirty messages and they attacking you in a hostile way, whether direct or indirect. And they're seeing that it's another energy right here, or it could be the same person. This might be a Taurus that no, this okay. This is a traditional situation. Either this is talking to somebody that's married, or this is somebody that is giving that type of energy, like they want you to be the one. They're giving this energy like they want it to be in a good space. They want good energy. They want this card right here is about like physical satisfaction and satisfying good energy. And so this King of Wands wants this satisfying good energy. Oh, I see what's going on. Somebody is going through some somebody has some sexual tension. And they don't know what to do with it. They're acting crazy. Because this bond is you already know it's toxic. It's not going to happen. They might be seen as a person to others that give counsel or be in a certain level of respect. They might be a Taurus, or just somebody you were in a traditional type of relationship with, or that's a part of the intense energy that they're giving. Like, what's wrong with you? You're supposed to be in good energy. Like, you're the one. You're da 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 da. Like, this is supposed to be somebody that's a good man, a good relationship, a good husband. You know, and this deck is really puts emphasis on that. Or, but then you got the King of Swords in reverse at the top of the deck. So it's definitely this person in a bad state of being, just toxic, just talking mess, just ignorant, like just you don't even want this on your phone. I was gonna say maybe he's dealing with this from a feminine energy because it's all this good energy. There's all this good energy right here. How it describes this person, but this may be how they look to the outside, to the community, or to you at some point in time. You know, but it's toxic. Where were we even going with this? With all this toxicity? The advice. So, first off, the advice is they want you to know that person talking all that mess, pretending to be the perfect person and have all this alchemy in the situation, they got it all together, and they going through an inner crisis because they're at fault about something, trying to bring things in order and heal the situation because they're in pain about it. You need to be illuminated in the situation and have understanding, patience, and focus on your spiritual and intellectual purity. Come out of a state of hermit mode and struggling, and place order and justice in a situation and meditate. And that is how you'll have your victory. So basically, look, this is probably, I don't know if this is for the collective or this is for somebody directly, but Spirit wants you to know this. You're dealing with a toxic situation that's going to end. It's not meant to last. And this is probably that same person from a couple weeks ago. You're still watching my video, so it makes sense that Spirit is still talking to you. You must be a very heightened human being, and this is slowing you down. This toxic connection is slowing you down because this person is love bombing and giving it like they're so perfect, but it's ugly. It's ugly. And they can act like they're trying to fix it all they want and this and that, but you need to meditate. You need to be centered within your spiritual and intellectual properties and just shine. Just shine, sweetie. Whoever you are, man, woman, whatever. And they'll give that specifics. You need to understand who you are, where you're at in life, work with the cosmos and do the inner work. And if that individual, if their energy rises with yours, then so be it. But if it does not, then let it go. Let it go. Unless this is all the same person, because we got this strength card over here. I could be talking to a Leo again. And I understand, you know, if the Leo's is going through it, it doesn't have to be that though, you guys. So this can be for whoever it resonates with. But the strength card came out, so I have to talk about it. With that Mars in Leo fueling your energy, fueling your ego and personality, fueling your ego. You know, for you sun signs in Leo, you're going through it. You are going through it. And if this is you that's spazzing out and acting all crazy and creating, messing up your connections, chill out, man. Do the inner work. Work with these grand trine energies. Work with the moon. Work with Pluto. Get rid of what does not serve you and move forward in a powerful way. It does not happen overnight, which is why we've been talking on my Life Outspoken channel. While we talk here, while we talk on Instagram about a continuous journey of transformation. And it comes in various layers. You know? So I love you guys. Stay strong. Get the worry off of your brain. Understand that you are doing okay. You don't need to worry about no handouts or worrying about who's going to help you with your materials. Like, keep dominating in what you do. Keep moving forward. And you're going to experience something new in new land, in new spiritual waters, in new across waters, period. Okay? Peace and love to you all. I hope this helps somebody. Talk to you guys again soon. Peace.
Vou te contar, os olhos já não podem ver coisas que só o coração pode entender. Fundamental é mesmo o amor, é impossível ser feliz sozinho. O resto é mais.